Hello, we're going to be doing the Valve Lash Clearance adjustment on the Dual Fuel XP10000HX DuroMax. This machine is a good running machine. After 300 hours of operation, they tell you should be doing the valve lash adjustment, and I have over 300 hours on it right at this time. And for a do-it-yourselfer, you can make a mistake, but hopefully this will help you so you don't make a mistake when doing it. It's really not that hard. You could do it yourself rather than taking it to a repair shop. So we're going to go through that for you right now. What you're basically going to need is a few tools: a 10 millimeter, an 8 millimeter, a 13/16 socket for the spark plug, a ratchet, couple extension, 10 millimeter wrench and a 14 mil wrench, and a set of feeler gauges. First off, you're going to disconnect the spark plug and push that off to the side. I'm going to set up the camera so I give you a better angle on this. Okay, got a different camera angle on this. I'm pulling this off to the side, the spark plug connection. I'm going to take off the cover with the 10 millimeter wrench. You could disconnect the vent tube or you can leave it on. It's entirely up to you, as long as it gets out of your way good enough that you can work on it. Okay. What I'm going to do is remove it so I have more room and I can have a clearer view of what I'm working on. Okay, what I'm going to do now is, if you notice, I'm in a stroke of this. I need to get it to top dead center on the compression stroke. We need to remove the spark plug. Spark plug's removed. Spark plug looks pretty good. I have over 300 hours on this right now. Now the spark plug's removed, we're going to go over and we're going to take off the recoil pull start on this. So we could turn it over by hand. That's an 8 millimeter socket. And I have an extension that I'm going to put on. There's four bolts that hold it in. This is one of the four. I'm just going to loosen up the four first. And the bottom one. Gonna leave the top one in, come out last. Okay. Top one comes off, and the pull starter assembly comes off. Don't lose your bolts, okay? Now I could spin this by hand easily. All right. Okay, now that we have the pull starter off, when it was on, to start this, you'd be pulling in this direction, which would spin it in a clockwise direction. And this clockwise direction is the direction that the motor runs. We need to understand that, so we come over here and set our valves. Okay, I have a pen that I use, an old pen without the tip out. And first off, before I even put that in there, I'm going to spin the engine a few times. If you look, this is the intake. It just went down. Now we're on a compression stroke. Now it turns, it goes over, and now it's on the exhaust stroke. It comes down, here we go, we're on the intake. It comes in, letting the fuel in. Now we're on the compression stroke. Now we're going to look for top dead center when that comes up. I put the pen in, I turn it, it's come up to the top. And if you see the pen, it'll go up and down. Okay? If you can see in there, you'll be able to see the piston up at top, but this is the top. And now these are loose. Okay? Now we're going to adjust the valves. All right. I got a 14 millimeter and a 10 millimeter. I'm going to unlock it. I'm going to pull the gasket out of the way for this. This is the lock nut, the furthest one out. I'm going to do the same with the exhaust. And back it out. All right, I'm going to take 0.006 is for the intake. 0.006. What you're gonna do is set it behind, and you're going to turn the inner nut until it's just snug and slipping. I'm going to leave that feeler gauge there. I'm going to, without turning it, lock this outer jam nut. Just snugged it there. Okay, I'm a little bit tight. So what I'm going to do is loosen this up just a little bit. Back, there it is. Okay, that's good. It's a snug fit. I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to tighten it. Okay, I'm good. Which is 8 thousandths is intake. This is exhaust. Here's 8 thousandths, 0.008. Back it off a little bit. snug, but I could slip it. Hold that, and the outer one is the lock. So you don't want to turn the other while the inner one it adjusts. Okay, it is nice, smooth, and it's slipped out. Okay, we're good. Now we have our adjustment. Okay, we're gonna put it back together. Gonna make sure everything's clean. Okay. Make sure these surfaces are clean. And put it back together. You don't have to go very tight. There's a torque specification for it. Just snug and a little bit, and you're good to go. Spark plug goes back in. It's running well. I run this on propane. I do have a video that I'm going to be posting. I run it off a 250-gallon tank. And I had some problems with regulators, and I could explain what I did there. It's made it through quite a few storms for me. Unfortunately, I need it, and one of them was just a neighbor's tree came down and ripped the peckerhead out of my house and tore a hole in my roof, and I was out of power for a week and a half. And this generator's done me just great. It's been very good. It can't run the whole house, but it could run everything I need in an emergency situation. Got my small extension here. Okay, put the spark plug wire back on. And don't forget the vent hose. That's very important. It just sticks in the side. Put that pull starter back on. This generator has been a lifesaver for me. When we were in times of need, it came through, that's for sure. Nothing worse than in the Texas heat, being without power. I have air conditioning here in my garage. Unfortunately, this generator won't power my full AC, but at least we have a cool spot to go in the house, and that makes a big difference. Okay, it's back together. The biggest concern you have is making sure you're on top dead center on the compression stroke when you do the valve lash clearance. If you're wondering what this frame is, this is for a gen tent. I have another video where I go through a full review of the gen tent and this generator. that went through Hurricane Beryl. And if you're interested, have a click and have a look. Hope you got something out of this video. Have a good day. Thank you.